I'm not gonna get out clean, am I? We've probably got another fight on our hands. I'm guessing Gara is not gonna be happy to see us leaving. Oh, we're being attacked by these guys again. Just all the ones that were left? I guess this is what I get for letting them out, huh? Ow. Whoa! That's actually damaging. That's not cool. I could summon a spirit. We'd also just try to run for it. Do I have to kill these guys? Override interlocks. How do I do that? Is that in here somewhere? I don't think there's much reason to fight these guys. Let's just go charging across the chamber. Wait, was that unlocked? Here, Gaichu's the furthest back, so his turn will take him a little bit more forward. See, what was going on in the back of the room? Was that... Oh, it's not unlocked. It's not locked anymore. Hello? That's how far you make it. Let's see what we can do here. I think I can do something over there. Since apparently it's open. There's a lot of them, though. This could be a mess. I kind of went the wrong way with Handyman. Didn't put together at first what was happening here. Ow. What are you throwing rocks at me? Poor, tiny Isabel. I had to remind myself who they were. I was thinking Josephine for a second there from something else. Here's a new chamber. Is that the interlocks? Oh, medical close. Oh, that's the closet access. Is there something else in here though, or is that it? Is this just the medical closet? A locked chamber. Maybe this isn't worth the trip. Maybe I've made a mistake. Well, might as well summon the spirit. We got a mess here. How do you override the interlocks? This door was closed before, right? At this point, I should just move here to not be covered in enemies. And maybe get a better line of sight of the room? Yeah, it's just the medical closet. I don't think that's gonna help, besides getting some loot. Water bolt. High chance of missing my ass. Pew! Oh, well, that happened. I'm a good spirit. It's really effective in combat. Put in self-buff. Alright, Gaichu. Stick with the others for a moment. We'll get a chance to grab things at least. I'm kind of getting swarmed here. It's not great. Maybe I'll hide behind the door. Here they come. Wow. They are messing up that spirit. Hey, rude. Can we just talk about this? Kill order monster people? Let's see, you can get all the way to it. I mean, you're the closest, obviously. Duncan. You can get there in one turn. Oh, right, the code. 8236. I feel like this was locked before. I think it was. Well, I've got access now, and the worst time to try to get access. Here, Duncan, try to pick things up. Hey, a salve. Exciting. Maybe a revive kit to help with hey, platinum trauma kit. That's worth something at least. But yeah, a lot of bad guys here. We're not getting out of this one clean, probably. Wow, they're just crowding around. Maybe I should just back up. Can I distract you guys? Look at me, I'm over here. How did you dodge something that has a 99% chance of hitting? What? Pew pew. Oh shit, didn't mean to use this character. Sorry. My bad. I'm gonna go over here now. I thought I had one more AP worth of attack. That was a mistake. I guess we just start making a break for it now. This is a mess. This is a mess. But hey, scary melee character can get in front. Hey everybody, I'm scary. Oh, they look angry at me. Ow. Oh no, they're running around. Are they just gonna try to surround me? Now you're just being rude. Let's see, handyman. Are you able to get on the tram? Oh no, did I misinterpret the entire situation? Oh, fuck me. Well, I've just been wasting time this entire mission, basically. You're welcome, everybody. I thought we could just run away. We're not allowed to run away. We have to fight them, apparently. There's no clickable thing at the tram. Well, this has been silly. The claw thing attacks adjacent. I also have this nasty spell right here. Let's do that. That'll fuck them up. Then my AoE claw attack. That missed one of them, but whatever. Followed by... Let's do active defense, because I'm being surrounded by enemies. There we go. Isabel can target the closest one. Duncan can head on back. That's the furthest he can make it in 3 turns. I was hoping he'd get a mercy kill in, but he's not taking part in the fight yet. Deadeye shot. Down. Alright, 3 enemies. We should have this. I just made a mess of things thinking... I thought I could grab the loot and then run. So I was thinking we'd escape, because I have mixed feelings about killing these guys. But then that happened. Don't really want to run through my own mess over here. So let's go attack. Hey friend, you're knocked out. How about you? Yay, more. I like the part where you bleed horribly everywhere. Alright. We should work on you real quick, double tap. Down, just like that. Alright, Duncan. That's the first you can make it right now. Probably can finish this character off with a mercy kill. Clearing up the fight. There we go. Alright. Yeah, I made a mess of things. At first I thought I could do the interlock or whatever. For the, override Silver Drain Matrix interlocks. I either missed my chance, or I'm not noticing it around here. But I was trying not to murder them all in case I could potentially free them, so my goal was to try to run away at that point. But I'm either missing something or I've already missed it completely. Because I don't see anything. Don't see any interactive consoles. And in the previous chamber I either missed it or I ran out of time. But I think I clicked on basically everything. Oh well, tram. You hiss along the maglev tracks, the car's interior glowing faintly blue from the distant sunlight filtering down through the seawater. In the distance lies Captain Jomo, freedom, and an escape from this laboratory. The only sounds other than electrical humming is the occasional soft bump as the tram shifts tracks. Duncan suddenly lurches towards the window of the trams and starts swearing under his breath. You're not gonna like this, handyman, but we're headed the wrong way. Did we input the wrong station? I'm betting the Shawase security pulled us off course so they could ambush us. She works a diagnostic panel open with her fingers and peers inside. It doesn't look like the system's malfunctioning or anything like that. The diagnostic screen says emergency override. I can probably jack in and get us set back off on course, but we'd probably face less resistance that way, but I'm not sure what kind of environment we'd be fighting in. Alternatively, we could just pull the emergency stop and go the rest of the way on foot. We'd probably be in for a bigger fight, but they'll be expecting us to be on the tram. We might be able to catch them by surprise. I guess we're gonna have Isabel hack. Seems like the best thing to do. It'll help, it'll help us avoid any resistance. Isabel jacks into the tram, types furiously for a few moments, then nods in satisfaction. There. The tram's control system now thinks that The fires have broken out on half a dozen tram lines. Conveniently, the safest path for the tram to take is the one that puts us back on track for our original destination. There we go. Did we just bypass the entire problem by having Isabel aboard? It pays to keep a decker around, apparently. Oh, that is a long series of halls. We're almost certainly going to be fighting something on our way out. There's the terminals. Oh yeah, this is the place we fought through originally. Oh, here we go. As we move through the lab, several monitors spring to life. Commander Gara's face erupts across them, a look of severe irritation written deeply in the lines of his eyes. Alright, you've gone far enough on your little romp through Shawase property. In the distance, you hear a myriad of jackbooted feet tromping in your direction. Shortly thereafter, a number of Shawase guards come into view, weapons leveled in your direction. You really pissed all over this complex, runner. The commander spits into the steel floor. Made sure to wreck everything you came across down here. He smiles, revealing crooked teeth. But now I've finally got you. No way out but through me and mine. By the time I'm done with you, you'll look worse than those twisted test subjects. Get the hell out of my way. Not an option, see? I'm less afraid of you than I am of Shawase. Let's be honest. All you can do is kill me. Shawase? Well, I shouldn't have to give examples. You've seen for yourself. I'll give you one chance. Surrender and I promise you'll live. I can't say into what state you'll be, but at least you won't be dead. I'm pretty sure that's literally not an option, right? Yeah, not exactly. Do you have any idea what your employer does to Sinless down here? I guard the place, don't I? Of course I've seen what's in those pods. I've seen him thrive. Seen him squirm. I don't give a damn this way or that. He tilts his head to the side and his neck lets out a rippling crack. Ah, not my business as long as I'm in control here. This is your last chance. Throw down your weapons, or we'll pry them from your dead hands. What'll it be? If your mouth's done flapping, I'd like to hurt you now. Gara barks a harsh laugh. Well, come on then. Let's see what you've got. Kind of unfair how they... Oh, we got the first turn at least. It's always rough how they just start out in cover and get all that pre-conditioning, and I always have to carefully figure out what the hell to do with my characters. Let's see. There's the mage, captain, Gara, assassin. Well, the mage is the easiest target. So let's start on him. Just make a big ol' mess. There we go. Isabel. We'll have Gaichu go after the captain next, I think. So let's have Isabel hit him with targeting. Come on. It missed. The fact that skill can miss is really frustrating because at that point you kind of wonder what it's for in the first place when that attack can miss. We should get Isabel behind cover. Poor tiny Isabel, it's gonna get shot all over the place. Alright. How about a grenade? Not the best hit chance for an AoE. And we don't have the AP for proximity anymore. Deadeye shot. Let's help finish off the mage, I guess, with this character. Alright. Duncan can go for the beanbag shot. Not the best hit chance, but it'd be helpful for the stun if it works. It really never hits anymore, does it? You're really frustrating me here. Alright. Let's go in then with Metal Stance for the damage to the AP. Just try to start taking chunks out of him. Flanked! Yeah. And then there was no more cover for you. Also not much damage, apparently. That's a bit of a bummer. Alright. Hey, friends. How do you feel about that one? Probably just want to get you behind cover now. Deadeye shot. Yeah, we can almost take this guy out. Oh, or we could do 4 damage. Not flanking. Yeah, main character is taking some damage, partly because of my mishandling of the previous fight. Alright, the grenade missed at least. That could have been bad. Oh, more of them. That's not too bad. Oh, you took out my armor. That's more bad. See, free attack. There we go. Duncan can do a mercy kill on that character. Finish them off without any problems. Or you could do 5 damage with your mercy kill. That's a bummer. Alright, Duncan, do full auto on this guy to take him out of cover. There we go. Taking him out of cover should give us a good hit chance, I think, with a grenade. Nope. Let's make the hit chance better then. Oh, I can click on my teammate on accident. So you mark target. This time it worked. I could do burst fire for our double tap for extra damage. 14 hit. Or I could go for the grenade shot. Also about 14 damage, adjacent targets. I guess I could hit my teammate though, so maybe it's not worth it. Let's just do a double tap and see if I can get him in territory for Gaichu to finish him off. That's some damage. That's no joke. Alright, I still have more AP on this character. Quick punch here. Then follow up. Get him low enough, and Gaichu can get his... We should be able to do a guaranteed kill now. What, are you out of range or something? Oh, right, that's for stun people. I'm mixing that with Duncan's ability. Oh well, finish him. Alright, you guys lost your leader. You might want to rethink your strategies here. Can you go attack? Line of sight blocked. What do you have selected right now? Oh, it was trying to do the coup de grace. Melee attack, go. No. Try again. There we go. Nope, not the best. Still, they're significantly losing 2 characters. He is just trying to bleed me. Not good luck with the grenades there. Alright. Now I pursue. Punchy, punchy. Nope. Celestial. There we go. There's a chunk taken out of him. And then mostly wasted AP. Good job. See, is my beanbag back? Yes, it is. Let's fire a beanbag. It missed again. That's all it knows how to do anymore, apparently. Full auto. Screw that guy. 1 damage. Good job, buddy. Alright, well, you prepped him for this character at least. That's some damage. Burst fire. Bit more. Alright, now we'll follow up with you. Let's see what we can do about his remaining AP. Not much luck here, huh? How are you missing this often? It says 73% chance. Getting some really bad luck here. And I'm losing my main character's go. Whoa, 45 damage. He just had to use a resurrection skill to get out of that. That is brutal. Wow. That's like the... I don't think I've seen the enemy ever do 45 damage to my party before. With 1 attack. That was a big deal. Is it mercy kill time yet? Not quite. Let's see what you can do then. We should make this guy an easier target. This pain in the ass over here. Captain. There we go. Double tap. We are having the worst luck right now. Here. Dodge this. Oops. Dodge this. Exactly. And now choppy choppy. Nope. Alright. Things have gone better in the past. There we go, he's down. Alright, last person's turn. He's wounded, bleeding. He's got 39 hit points left. Go for the best accuracy I can get. 15 damage. Not even close to mercy kill territory. Try full auto. And he's down. That was a bit of a mess. Everyone's still up though. Well, we used a med kit. Did not really mean for that, but damn, 45 damage from 1 hit is a big deal. Yeah, I've already checked the lab computers around here. That's the same way we came in. Let's get out of here. This was a big ol' mess. These side quests are longer than I expect them to be. Hello? This is Dr. Tang. She hurriedly stammers out her words. There's a nervous edge to her voice. Thank you again for letting us leave the lab, for letting me live. Unfortunately, we have a problem. I don't like the sound of that. Look, here's the deal. I don't know how many test subjects were infected with SARS-3, and, she sighs, it's possible some of the subjects that you encountered were carriers. Excuse me, what? This isn't my fault, I swear. Dr. Guy never told me that he'd been testing the disease on test subjects. It's all done behind my back. If the subjects were in fact infected, well, that would be bad. It'd mean that when I released them from their cells, SARS-3 would have begun to circulate the facility. You could have been infected, and She cuts herself off. When she continues, her voice sounds strained. I can't risk letting that disease get loose again. Anyone leaving the facility needs to be treated with the antibodies you're carrying, no exceptions. Long story short, I need as much of that cure as you can give me. Whether or not you need your client... whatever you don't need for your client and yourself, you gotta leave with me. You must have more antibodies stashed somewhere. You took everything we had on hand. That single rack of vials constituted several months' worth of SARS-3 antibody production. If anyone down here is infected, there's no way that I can produce a sufficient quantity of antibodies in time to halt the spread of the disease. People will start dying before I'm halfway done. Hell, it takes longer than we've got to set up the growth medium alone. Look, I'll give you everything I have in the bank if you just leave me the vials that you don't need. Obviously, you can keep doses for yourself and your client. Hell, keep them for anyone else that you might be worried about too. There's enough to go around. All I need is that you do leave whatever you don't need where you're standing. Do that, and I'll transfer you the new from my account. And why should I believe you? You haven't exactly proven yourself trustworthy. An explosion of breath crackles out of your comlink speakers. Look, I may have made questionable research decisions, and I haven't lied to you. So clear out your ears and hear what I'm saying. It would be a disaster of epic proportions if SARS-3 got loose in Hong Kong. We're talking a history books level catastrophe. I don't know for sure that it'll happen, but I cannot chance it. You've got no reason to doubt my sincerity, not about this. If this disease makes it out to the wild, I'll be at least partially responsible, and I do not want to be culpable for something like that. So it's in my best interest to make sure nobody down here is carrying it. So what's it gonna be? Will you trust me? I'll decide whether or not you're worth saving after you tell me how to use this cure. The doctor describes in detail how to administer the antidote without tainting the solution. You promptly dose yourself according to her instructions. A few minutes later, you feel lightheaded but otherwise fine. Now that you've been treated, will you leave me the remaining antidote in sub bay? Please. Do this for me. You know that I run a shall I say lab. I've got money, believe it. Give me the vials that you don't need, and you'll be a very rich man. Wow. You can either pocket enough for your client and put down the rest. You can keep all of them for yourself, or like out of spite, you can pocket the vial for your client and break the remaining ones. And it says no, it's called karma, and it's a bitch. You've got what's coming to you. Jesus Christ. It is really fun to be a dick in video games. They give you great fuel for that. Pocket the vial of the cure for your client and set down the rest. You've got yourself a deal. I'll have the million wired to you immediately. She pauses. Thank you. I mean that. That's one of those rare oh, it's not even 1,000? Oh, whatever. It's fine. It's one of those rare chances where you get to do the right thing and you get to make extra money. Alright, let's get out of here, Jomo. Hopefully you don't have SARS. Jomo nods as you approach, his expression stern. Had enough of kicking the hornets today? My radios sound like a whole nest of them is after you. Let's get out of here, Jomo. We made a mess. The impound lot. Jomo redlines the submersible's throttle, and you rocket away from the Shawase lab in record time. The orc remains glued to the sonar and inertial guidance readouts, constantly scanning for pursuit. Thankfully, none seems to be on your tail. Soon enough, you're ascending toward the impound hub, far from the dangers of a germ warfare lab, back to the land of dour police, a leaking boat, and an unfriendly city. Home sweet home. Hey, 8 karma. That's worth something. Last one was worth 10 though, so it's less karma than the previous side quest. I can't imagine there's more side quests, can there? I'm like, what? I'm probably on part like 11 by now, and I haven't even started doing the actual mission that this DLC is about. And it's supposed to be relatively short. So much for that, huh? Hey, handyman. I got news from that friend of mine, you know, the one who was under the weather. He gives you a wolfish grin. He's been stabilized thanks to you. Looks like he's gonna pull through. Of course he is. When I make a deal, I see it through. What a coincidence, I do too. He kicks one of the Duraplast crates with the side of his foot. You want something for my special stock? You just say the word and I'll get you all set up. Alright, let me see your special stock. Pistols, guns. Well, that's a bummer. It's just a bunch of pistols and guns. I can't even use these on my characters, and my other characters are already pre-equipped. And when I try to give them... I could check, I might be able to get them something, but half the time I try to give them something, it seems like their items are at risk of disappearing. Well, I did the quest at least. I'll look into it, I might be able to use something around there. But let's go ahead and revisit the ship and see how people are going now, especially thoughts on the mission. Hey, Duncan. Up in here. There's an odd look to him as Duncan looks up from the seat of his floor locker to meet your gaze. He seems uneasy, eager. He stands. Alright, Grotto, it's time. Nothing left to do now but go get justice for Carter. Suits me fine. We've been dragging our feet too much already. Don't dip your head too far into the revenge well, Duncan. That never pays off the way you think it will. Crate will get what she deserves. We'll see to that, but don't lose yourself in the process. I see your mouth moving, but I see your mouth moving and hear what it's saying, but you don't have to worry about me. I've got this. This has been a long time coming. You and I both know that, so let's get it over with. Seems like there's a lot of bird crap inside the boat hole. You notice that too, or am I just seeing it now? I haven't seen any. His lips part as something seems to strike his memory. He snaps his fingers. Hey, now you mention of it, I might have heard a bird. He nods, further convinced. Yeah. I thought maybe it was just a rat scratching around the inside of the wall, but it didn't really sound like one. Little fucker kept me up a couple nights ago. I'm surprised that I haven't heard or seen it. For all I know, it might not be a bird. Well, it's not a fucking rhino. Duncan scowls. Hey, fuck you. What I mean is that a bird's the easy answer, but we're rolling out some important possibilities. Could be another squatter or late night scavenger, or maybe something's loose inside these rotting walls, or maybe it's a possum. We're only assuming it's a bird because of all the shit everywhere. Well, I can't be academic here. Apparently I would be saying, Occam's razor, Duncan, the simplest answer is oftentimes the correct answer. Yeah, that's something that this character would never say. I'd like to think it's a bird over some scratchy homeless person living inside your wall. His face drops as he processes your comment, his imagination probably filling in the details. He replies, voice strained, I think I would too. Alright, let's say it is a bird. I'll just lure it out somehow. Hey, knock yourself out. Or the bird, preferably. With a roll of his broad shoulders, he shrugs off your comment. I've got it, Grotto. But I've got a feeling that this is going to be a real pain. He looks around and shakes his head. Can't wait to get out of here. What do you think of the last run? Not what I expected. Seems like whenever we get on a straightforward run, it always hits a point where it veers off in 50 different directions. Yeah, I've been thinking about that, about the general game structure. Break into lab, get cure, leave, collect your payment. Instead, it turns into break into lab, hellfire. But if one thing's still bugging me, it's definitely that doc. What's her name, Janet? The muscles in his jaw roll as he grinds his teeth, clearly annoyed by something. The fact that she's still out there with the power to create those nightmare diseases is giving me a headache. People like her make me sick, trying to convince us that their intentions are good no matter what she said. She was just a corporate pawn. Diseases like SARS-3 wouldn't even be a problem if people like her didn't try to justify their actions. That doesn't make up for the bad lady. Anyway, we got through it, mess and all, earned a few bruises, but at the end of the day, things turned out the way they should have, with that facility crippled and with us getting paid. Anything else? Nope, gotta run. Good follow-up there. The bird. I wonder if that's new dialogue they just crammed into the expansion, or if it's more dialogue I missed out on somehow because I didn't visit enough times or something. Any new stuff for Gobbet, who was not on the last run? Well, I guess this is it, huh? I mean, we've done everything else that the people around here had for us. The kidnapping run, the job in the undersea lab. Nothing left to do but hit the police station and get the evidence for the task force needed to take the crate down. So that they're pretty much cementing the idea that the next mission's the last one. We haven't exactly been dragging our feet, Gobbet. The jobs we've done have needed doing. Oh, I know. I didn't mean to imply those gigs weren't important, just that Nightjar's already waited for so long for justice, you know? And now we can finally go and get it for him. That's the plan, Gobbet. She nods slowly. I'm gonna hold you to that. Now, tell me why you're here. After we kill Crate, what's next for you? You got any big plans? She shrugs. Not really. I'm happy where I'm at. Even Auntie Cheng has gotten nicer since the whole Wall City thing. What about you? You thinking of doing something different after all this is over? I don't know. Maybe. I haven't put a lot of thought into it. Yeah, well, don't think too hard. Things would get boring around here if you took off. I don't do well with boredom. Of course, even if you were to scurry off somewhere, I'd keep tabs on you. It's what my friends do. Or what friends do. I'd prefer if you stayed, though. You're the only person in this boat who's brave enough to eat my cooking. These are just enjoyable little characters. Isabel? Stale, metallic air fills the room. The round window that's usually cracked is shut tight, and it feels like the temperature of the room has raised somewhat, maybe due to the lack of ventilation. You see Isabel on her knees, hunched over her cyber deck, typing vigorously. You can see sweat beading on her forehead. She looks exhausted. She pauses and sits up for a moment. 4:19 a.m. 1 nanodrive. You okay there, Isabel? Isabel turns towards you, two tired eyes meet your gaze. Her shoulders look stiff as if she's been hunched over for a while, and a single red cable protrudes from the dark mass of her hair. She repeats herself. 1 nanodrive. She's decked in. She leans back down and continues to clack away on her deck. 4:48 a.m. 1 splitter. 5:33 a.m. A small, double-edged cable bundle. Her voice suddenly sounds angry as her fingers jam the keyboard. And my favorite hairband! She suddenly lurches upright and looks at you, her brow furrowed and proceeding to stare in silence. What's this about a hairband? Her lips pucker as she studies your face. That damn bird took my favorite hairband. Come again? The decker moans, clearly irritated. She closes her eyes and rubs her temples. For a few weeks now, my things have been disappearing. I didn't notice it at first, because it was just small objects, most of it wrappers. But once my hairband went missing, I started looking around and realized it's quite a few of my smaller possessions were gone. I've never seen you wear a hairband. She shoots you a sassy, narrow-eyed look. You wouldn't have because it's missing. And last night I finally saw the culprit, a bulbul. I was jacked into the Matrix doing some routine tasks when something came through my window. I watched it land on the wooden floor and hop around, and it was searching for someone. Like it was searching for someone. Her eyes go wide and stares ahead. It was the bulbul. It was looking for me. But I was in the Matrix, my body right here. She passed the floor near her computer. The stupid thing stared at me until I knew it wasn't awake. Until it knew I wasn't awake, then it rifled through my stuff and started to carry things away. She motions to the cyber deck. It came back 4 times over 2 hours. I'm accessing my Matrix logs here to confirm the times. Shit. I needed that splitter too. What are we gonna do about it? I need to figure out where the Bulbo's stashing what it's stealing, get my things back. If anyone tech savvy finds them before me, I've no doubt they'll end up on the black market. Stupid bird doesn't know that it's sitting on a fortune of custom parts. Isabel warily runs a hand through her hair. Her fingers stumble upon the red cable and she plucks it out with a look of mild disgust. She sighs. Alright, I've got to crack down on this handyman. So, if you need anything from me, you better say so now. What do you think on the last run? It was scenic? Is that all? Isabel switches the weight of her feet and plunks the hand on her hip. No, I'm just still processing what happened down there. Between you and me, those people, the prisoners, they got to me. I can't imagine what it'd be like to sense their auras and feel their pain, but I'm sure it would have been a deeply disturbing experience. The whole thing left me kind of unnerved. I rely so heavily on my tech. To see it used that way, and to know that the very tech I'm using right now might have gone through some sort of corporate trial before it was released. She raised her hand, palm out, and closed her eyes. I can't talk about it anymore, I'm sorry. Can we change the subject? That's all for now. See ya. There's definitely some darkness there. Should I check the noodle machine for anything? What if the bulbul's inside it? No, it just warmed to the touch. Is there gonna be payoff for that? Or are we gonna have like an epilogue for the bird? Anything in my room? Nope. Not right now. We'll pay a visit to the mission computer. Alright, inbox. Nope. Shadowrun BBS. Post pay data. SARS-3 sample. Wow. 1,300. That's handy. Keywords. More pushpins. You guys, I got the caffeine shivers real bad, so I braved going outside. I shouldn't have. Do tell. It isn't. I came back to this. You should consider your actions before you act. Enjoy your calf. Just as weird as the previous message you got. 5 syllables, 7 syllables, another 5 syllables counting the J. I think you're being menaced by a haiku, Pinky. Didn't Jivebot speak in haikus? You know, the poetry program that fused with those rogue ESPs, then started speaking in all caps? Were the pushpins themselves all caps, Pinky? Yeah, the pushpins were all caps. Rogue ESPs, you said. Are they dangerous? Before you flip out, think about it, people. How is a virtual entity going to write poems in meat space? And why would it aim them at Pinky? She's never hurt anybody. Well, that run I was telling you about was in this lab, see? And they were working on these tiny robots that could work together to move heavy objects. Basically robot ants. Anyway, I might have let them go, you know, on accident. Just to get this straight, you're afraid that a runaway poetry software is forcing a bunch of robot ants to leave you threatening messages written in thumbtacks. Pushpins, they were pushpins. I read them out of order on accident. This is the first pushpins one. Hey y'all, I'm really freaked out. I live alone, in more or less my own custom-built panic room. Real secure, everything was normal when I went to bed last night, but then this morning I found a threatening message on my bulletin board. What kind of message? It was some kind of weird poem, and it was written out in pushpins. It said, Shadowrunning Fink, I know what you did last night, have a nice day, Jay. So, what the hell? If you piss somebody off, I'd say you piss somebody off, mate. There's gotta be a simple explanation, but who's got it in for you? I'm curious who Jay would be. But what I really want to know is, what did you do last night? Well, I was on a run, man, nothing special. Can't talk about it, you know. Au contraire, Pinky swear. It's the key to the mystery. Who'd you hit? Any mecha core could punch through your flimsy personal security system and like a drunk orc with cyber fists opening birthday presents. What corporate name begins with J? Genraku? Jazz Technology? Ooh, J or J International. You're an idiot, Crumpeteer. No corporation's gonna track down a runner just to leave a nasty message in pushpins. No, this is a dark and highly personal vendetta. I love that their conclusion apparently is that the haiku AI from the main campaign that was also on the Shadowrun BBS, the Shadowland BBS. It was on this message board right here. It was a haiku bot that became self-aware and revolted, kind of. The idea that it apparently got into nano machines and now is lefting weird pushpin messages. I see Sasha's Vladivostok adventure. Oops, I clicked on police records instead. HKPF got me. Was getting booked in Sim Sha Tsui when crazy shit went down. The massive hack, all records corrupted. Partner managed to toss a flashbang, so we're bouncing, but I clutched a matrix connection to see what happened before the backup stored sending and we're out. Fast thinking, Mr. P. Let's have a look, shall we? What the? Who did this? All the profiles read like this. Nubi Eva Jung was blamed for central bank thefts, framed by informants. Nubi Eva Jung, 5, was blamed for central bank thefts, 7, framed by informants, 5. It's the haiku again. Wait, that's me. This is the truth. I got set up, but no idea how, but the pics had everything. My face on video feeds, fingerprints, trace. I've had to stick it to the Shadowlands inside the Shadowlands to keep out of lockup. Oh, I bet I even know who sold me now. But I resent being called a newbie. Hit the mark then? These files are going to make some interesting reading material. So like there's just a straight up, let's go to the adventure one now. That's the haiku bot, just messing with people. My special friend Icy Sasha has concocted a new, some flaky new get-rich-quick scheme in Vladivostok. Don't be stingy. Pull out that cred stick and back Sasha Pay My Way campaign. Help fund this thing and we can get him out of HK for good. Geez, Pandattack, that's not exactly a ringing endorsement. You do actually support Sasha, right? Sasha's my ex. Right, okay, I guess I'm pitching in. Thanks, Pandattacks. We can't undo the past, but we can get me out of your life forever. You have a way with words. They have fun writing these little things. The main thing is that they don't have any context with the main campaign, so they can just do whatever they feel like. Alright, down here, Ractor. Any new... Welcome back. Was there something else you needed? Have you been doing any more design works with the Koshie recently? As a matter of fact, I have. Nothing that I'll be fabricating anytime soon, mind you, but I've been exploring a recent obsession, trying to hammer into something useful. His lips curl into a rueful smile. The concept is somewhat, how to put it, avant-garde perhaps, but with time I hope to put it to the test. Why so cryptic? What is this recent obsession of yours? Perhaps it'd be best if I just showed you. Just a moment, I'll clear away the clutter so you can see for yourself. He turns to his terminal and rattles off a series of commands, and the windows that crowd the display disappear. You're left with a perspective view of something that looks like a cross between a scorpion's leg and the jawbone of a large carnivore. The entire assembly bristles with jagged, tooth-like protrusions. Our encounter with the Yama King was a revelatory experience for me. To see such a being up close, to watch how it moved with my own eyes, to observe the crenellations of its flesh and the sculpted ivory of its crown. He spreads his hands. I was, for the lack of a better word, inspired. Yeah, I'm getting that. I'm still a long way off from fabricating anything usable. Emulating the physiology of a creature that should not exist is proving to be quite the design challenge. It is, however, a wonderful way to kill time between jobs, and who knows? Against all odds, this work might one day bear fruit. Only time will tell. Gotta run. Nothing to ask about the last run because he wasn't there, but this guy was. Hey, Gaichu. Gaichu's hunched over, holding something long and thin in one hand, and a short knife in the opposite one. He shifts in place, and after a moment you see he is carving a stick. He's carved several holes into it and is busily trying to form it into the approximation of a flute. He appears to be struggling with the task. Let me see here. Maybe that will be better. He lifts the flute to his lips and blows. This produces a drunken warble that might be uttered by a dying bird, if the bird were underwater. Gaichu narrows his milky white eyes at the offending object before throwing it into the corner of the room. I know my limitations. Carving a flute is apparently beyond me, unless my goal is to frighten children. Now, then, what may I do for you? What did you think of the last run? I have never been in an underwater secret laboratory before. That was novel, I must confess. Beyond that, it was a job. I am unsure what more to say than that. Gaichu shrugs. I am unconcerned by the morality, or lack of it. involved in the creation of weaponized plagues. Their creation is dangerous, short-sighted, and not worth the trouble, but every megacorporation does so. Shawase is hardly alone in this, or in having a manager so foolish as to use one to get a good quarterly review. You know what it isn't anymore? My problem. The ghoul nods thoughtfully. This is very true. SARS-3 appears to only have infected the client, and it is no longer an issue. All told, that is a better result than almost any other outcome. Still, we were paid, we survived, and nothing worse happened. I would count that as a success. Was there anything else you needed? See you later, Gaichu. Alright. So we're all cleared up here. That's our loose ends more or less covered for the most part. So we should be all set to start the big major mission. I am going to take a break. As you might have heard from I'm getting some of those mistakes that happen more so than often when I've been recording for too long. Because I've been recording since... I recorded most of the last mission in one session and this. And the reading's starting to wear on me. Alright, no. Not much more. I just wanted to check the boat a little bit to see if there was a bird nearby. I'll check around town a little bit, but I don't think we have much evidence of birds around. I get the thing the bird's gonna turn out to be like a, some kind of follow-up at the very, very end. Like, after we do the main mission, maybe we'll catch the bird in the epilogue as a payoff for having looked for it in the first place. That's the type of thing that these games like to do. Yeah, I've just run around town. I don't see anything to interact with, so if I'm able to find the bird, I don't think there's much evidence around here. At this point, I think I'm just going to keep pumping into my a chance to avoid ranged bullet attacks. Because I think that's helping this character just be more durable in general. Alright guys, thanks for watching like always. I'll see you next time where we start the big mission. At long last.